Rainollon here. Today is another build showcase, and it's the Reconifex. So let us immediately start. There are two builds I'm going to show you today. First one is the primary security build, and the second one is going to be multi-shot. Let's start with the primary security. So the primary security is a brand new mod. What it does is gives you a lot of weak point damage and weak point critical chance, but multi-shot cannot be modified. So remove all the multi-shot and shoot enemies in the head, and you do a lot more damage and you will crit all the time. Galvanized Scope for a lot more critical chance while aiming. Galvanized Zap, stash chance and direct damage per status on a target. Prime Shred for a lot of fire rate and punch through. Malignant Force, Toxin stash chance. Rim Rounds, Cold and stash chance. A lot of stash chance and also Cold and Toxin gives you viral. Critical Delay gives you a lot of critical chance. Lowers your fire rate, but we have a fire rate increase, so the negative is kind of removed there. We'd still lose fire rate, but we're still in the positive. And Vital Sense for critical damage. There's a lot of critical chance here. We have critical damage, viral, fire rate, and punch through, which is quite nice. So yeah, these are the mods I'm using. For the excess weapon adapter slot mods, I will highly recommend going for always Vigilant Supplies for the ammo economy and enhancing your crits. It's really good. And for the Arcane, Primary Deadhead for me personally is by far the best in slot. Easy 360 increased damage, 3% headshot multiply, and weapon recall. All of this is pretty good. For the passive is quite interesting. What it does is on perfect reload grants you a heat magazine with a shot that deals plus 25% damage with a guaranteed status effect. And you're like, what the hell is this? So it doesn't explain really well. So this perfect reload, what it does, it gives you a second bullet that you can't really see and has a guaranteed heat proc and does 25% of your weapons damage. The way it's explained here is your shots do heat damage that are guaranteed and you do plus 25% more damage. No, it's does 25% of your weapons damage with a guaranteed heat, and it's like shooting a second bullet. And you're like, aren't you using primary security that locks multi-shot and you're only shooting one bullet? Well, with this passive you technically can shoot two bullets, and that second bullet is the guaranteed heat one. And it's quite good, I will say. This is a pretty powerful passive. Not only that, it just like makes reload really fast. You shoot like a 200 round LMG that reloads less than a second, that gives you heat proc. It's quite good. So the passive is good. For the stats, fire rate is good, multi-shot is locked, magazine is 200, maximum ammo is 1000, and ammo pickup is 80, which is quite good. 5-second reload, it's quite long, but with the perfect reload, it's like 1 second, so it's pretty good overall. Very high accuracy, it's automatic, 2.2 punch through thanks to Prime Shred. Riven Dispo is kind of horrible, so ignore this. Critical chance is good, crit multi is good, stash chance is solid, and the total damage is not that great, but it has this really crazy passive that is quite good. So yeah, I will accept this total damage, so it's fine for me personally. So yeah, overall these are the stats, the passive, the mods, the arcane. Time for me to show you in game. So how does the primary security build setup work with this thing? First, I'm going to show you how does this weapon feel and sound and how does it work. So you aim and you hold left click, and it's pretty much an LMG. And the moment you want to reload, press R. You can see the box. Once the thing is inside the box, press R again and you do a perfect reload. Again, there you go. Boom. And as you can see, the 5 seconds reload is no longer 5 seconds, it's less than a second. And you can see at bottom right that my magazine now is fire based. So I'm going to shoot regular rounds, and in that regular round I'm shooting the heat round as well. So I'm going to spawn now level 200 steel path 4 Gimbalor Group dudes. Shoot them in the head to get the death head stacks. You can see I'm immediately doing red crits and orange crits. And you can also see that when I shoot, I proc heat and puncher. From one bullet, I'm proccing 2 elements, and that is the separate heat. And yeah, the weapon itself, it's one of the better LMGs, I will say. I wish Gorgon was something like this. Gorgon, even if it got the Incarnon, it still feels off. I think this is like a more interesting Gorgon. And it's, I think with the passive makes it good. Without the passive, this weapon isn't that good. So always do a perfect reload. Start the mission, shoot once, reload, perfect reload, and then go and start doing your business. That's pretty much the primary accuracy. Shoot enemies in the head to do a lot more damage and pretty much always crit. So time for me to show you the second build, multi-shot. So it's pretty much exactly the same. I just removed critical delay, replaced it with hammer shot, which gives you stash chance and critical damage. I removed primary accuracy, replaced it with galvanized chamber for multi-shot. And Vial Acceleration, I have a highly recommended remove Vial Acceleration. I don't have polarities, and I will replace Vial Acceleration for Prime Shred for Punch Through. Punch Through is more important here for clear than a lot more fire rate. But if you like fire rate, you can use this instead. So yeah, pretty much the exact same build, 2 mods difference, and just remove this and replace with Prime Shred. Deadhead is still here. I still recommend Exclusive Weapon Adapter, which is Vigilant Supplies. It has multi-shot, has more damage and more stash chance, and slightly more critical multi, but we lost the weak point system. So how good is it? It's pretty much identical. Like instead of you have to constantly shoot enemies in the head, with this setup you really don't. So I'm going to start with shoot enemies in the head to get the dead head stacks, do a perfect reload, get the heat round, and yeah, it's good, like the other one. A lot of heat, every bullet procs heat. You can see 9 stacks of heat, 7 stacks of heat. I need to show you this on a heavy gunner. Let's spawn a heavy gunner real quick. Shoot the heavy gunner in the stomach. You can see that I procced 37 stacks of heat. 52 stacks of heat. So yeah, it's quite good. I think this weapon kinda suits multi-shot system better than the primary accuracy, but primary accuracy is usable on this weapon. And overall, the weapon is solid. It's nothing mind-blowing. It's your typical single-target DPSer weapon. There are plenty of these LMG with a lot of ammo, like Soma, like Gorgon, like Quelor, there are plenty of them, and it's fine. It's usable, I will say. It's unique with the perfect system. It makes it more usable because the reload is much quicker and gives you the guaranteed heat procer, which is quite nice, I will say. But yeah, that's the weapon. I hope you enjoy the builds. Both of them work perfectly. It just depends what you like more. Do you like shooting enemies in the head to see red crits, or do you like to shoot a lot of bullets? It's all up to you. But yeah, those are the builds. I hope you enjoy the build. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like, sub, and see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.